There's a threat in the world today. A threat to our way of living, a threat to our society, and maybe even a threat to our very existence. And what is this threat?
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
He is the one.
I am.
I am the ass.
He is.
And we are Black and White Sports.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
How am I not pound the best fighter in the world? You tell me.
Because you're retired?
I mean, I want to see your face when you ask him this question and the way you're going to ask it. Look a man in the eye before you try to kill him or make up something.
He went through my soul.
And I'm not surprised.
What is going on, BWSPORTS1 World? It is your boy, The Ass, and I am here with a special guest today. This is Miss Sheena Starr, a.k.a. Puma. What is going on, Sheena?
Just living the dream, man. Just living the dream down here in the South, working my ass off.
There you go. That's how they do it down there, right?
Yeah. Just, it's a bunch of tough-ass country motherfuckers down here, but you know what? I
right.
like it. I like it. You know what? And there's not snow outside right now, so I'm all good with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't miss that much, do you?
No, hell no. Hell no. I'm tired of fighting the elements all the time and living where the air hurts my face. Fuck that noise.
I am with you wholeheartedly on that.
Mm-hmm.
So let the BWSPORTS1 World know who Sheena Starr is.
I'm just people. I've been around the combat sports scene for well over a decade. I'm one of the most multi-dimensional people in the sport. I'm a professional cut man. I've been a professional referee. I've worked for the UFC commission inspector. I have been a promoter, a matchmaker, a manager, and I'm also a fighter as well. Crap, I don't know, man. I'm kind of like a hybrid, when it comes to, the combat sports scene. I'm like half old school, half new school. So I'm like that mixture between old school shit and all the new school shit. And I've just been around for a minute, and recently started doing bare knuckle when it, first became legal, like 2018. And been really loving that, been rolling with that. And, I really find my new home here at Bare Knuckle.
Yeah, so like she said, everybody, she is a fighter at the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship at the 125-pound weight class. Because as you were talking to me before we went on here, you said that all the women in the 125-pound class came from 115, like the straw weight class.
Every single one of them. Besides, Delaney Owen. I actually faced her in Tampa. We fought at a lower weight class for Bare Knuckles. Actually, the in between 115, 118 weight class, and she's currently #1 ranked in that class, and she would fight at atom weight. A lot of times, as far as MMA, she came from Invicta and whatnot, so she's smaller. But every other female that is in the 125 division at Bare Knuckle came from MMA strawweight weight class. Every single one. Christine Freya, Helen Peralta, Beck Rawlings, Britton Hart. Britton fights at lower, and me as well. And Ivana Coleman, and even Callie Cutler that recently just fought Misfit at the last show in Florida. So yeah, we're all smaller, and but this weight. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So, but it's really great because we're not having to cut a bunch of weight, and everybody's coming in more healthy, and the fights are better because of it. So.
Now let's kind of talk about that real quick. You mentioned you don't have to cut that much weight as you're used to in the MMA, being at 115 pound.
Right.
How does that change? The week or the week and a half, 2 weeks leading up to the actual fight compared to how it was, the weight cut was doing in the 115 class.
Right. Well, first off, with the weight cut and a training camp at MMA was a lot more intense than it is with bare knuckle. Bare knuckle, we're all hands. All right. We're not throwing knees, we're not grappling. This and that. And that's a big part of where that weight cut would come in. Having that weight advantage with MMA is, a lot of it was grappling on the ground, bigger opponent. A lot more muscle, and that's why we would cut down to the smaller weight classes, so we didn't have to have, such that lopsided, advantage over another. Bare knuckle, it's great. With with weight cutting, I mean, it's better because it's not so strict of a diet. You know, but we all do it. You know what I mean? Like our fight camp and cutting weight and everything beforehand. I mean, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. We're used to it. We've been doing this shit for years. You know what I mean? But it's just a little bit nicer, you know, going into a fight, you know, like you said, the 2 weeks leading up to it, just feeling stronger. Just feeling stronger. You know, I'm not cutting a bunch of water. I'm not, you know, eating avocados and celery and carrots for, you know, fucking lunch. You know, I can have a little bit of carbs, you know, not having to cut a bunch of weight. And especially a lot of us, you know, we're a little older too. You know, we're not, you know, early 20s, and the older women get, I don't know if it's the same way with guys. I'm sure it is, but it's harder to cut. It's harder, you know, it's harder to cut that weight as, you know, as you age a little bit. So, I think it's great. I think it's great because of it. You know, we're all the same size, so no one has like a big, huge advantage over the other, and we're healthier because of it. You know, our fights, they're a lot better. They're a lot better. Nobody's, you know, having a bad cut and getting depleted. You know why? Because, you know, we're not cutting down from 145 pounds.
Right.
You know, so it's great. I think it's perfect, and I like it.
Well, that's good that you like it, you know, because like we said before the show, you can eat a little pasta and some bread for dinner every so often. And I know that I like pasta because I'm a round fellow. And you mentioned that you liked pasta because you like the carbs. So that's always good.
I like that, you know, I like the carbs. I like salt too. Salt's another enemy that we have to cut out. You know, but like right now, I'm only 5 pounds away from weight.
Right.
5 pounds, you know, and I'll just do that the night before, whatever. So I'll just be able to stay on my diet and, you know, my work routine and, you know, my training routine. And I'll hold fast. I'll hold all the way up, you know, until I get there, and boom, you know, I'm not killing myself to make weight. That's stupid.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And I think hopefully that'll be something that's changed in the future for the mixed martial arts scene, as far as having guys and girls just cut enormous amount of weights just to make you know, a 155 pound weight class that they started at 200 or something. And it may bring the matches, like you said, a little bit more entertaining, and I don't want to say more fair, but you know what I'm saying on that, because you don't have somebody that's cutting 7 pounds and getting to that weight rather than somebody 20 pounds and then they both carb up that night.
Yeah. You know, there's two different kinds of people that cut weight to compete. One, you have the person that cuts a lot of weight because it'll give them a big advantage, or they feel it'll give them a bigger advantage on the day of the fight. Then you have your second fighter that the only reason why they cut is so they don't have to fight somebody that's going to outweigh them and, you know, twice their size the next day. All right. I'm the second type of fighter. I don't want to cut weight to get an advantage. I want to, you know, just be able to go train, boom, go out there, do what I do. The only reason why I would cut in the past is because I don't want to fight a chick that's going to weigh 155 pounds the next day, because that fucking sucks. So,
right.
You know what I mean? So
that's why when I fought, and just totally amateur here, but that's why when I fought at 205 and I would cut down, because there ain't no way in hell. And at that time, obviously, I was a little bit smaller than I am now, but I didn't want to fight the guys. You know, I'm 210 pounds and fight a guy 265 pounds. I mean, that's
right. Yeah, when they go to sit on you, squish all the fucking air out of your lungs, and you just like you just want out of there. Just like, get the fuck
been
out.
there,
Right.
done that.
Fuck that. Right. I feel you.
So now you are from Northern Michigan, and you recently, within the past couple of years or so, have moved down to the South. And I don't know exactly where at, but can you tell us kind of why that transition was made, and you know what you're doing from that transition?
Well, it's really cold up there. It's really cold. The winters are. I mean, seriously,
they're 8 months long.
Yeah. Basically 8 months of winter. The sun doesn't come out. What was basically keeping me in Northern Michigan was my family. You know, we all grew up around the Flint area, and then we moved up north because that's Flint. So, and then they started passing away. And after I lost my dad December of last year, which that anniversary is coming up here real soon. I was ready to go. I was ready to go south, better. You know, I've always wanted to move further south. And, you know, I split up from my ex, and it was just so toxic, just horrible up there. I just, needed a fresh start. So I moved, and it's been great. It's been great. I'm in a better environment here. It was fucking 75 degrees yesterday. It's the middle of November. Okay.
Rub it in, Sheena. I'm up here in Indianapolis. This past week was about 60 degrees. Yesterday, all of a sudden, went to about 45.
I lived in the fucking middle of the snow belt of the Midwest, basically the fucking toilet bowl of America, and I would get like a foot of snow an hour. And I would like post pictures, and here's my friends in Tampa. It's 80 degrees today. Look at my palm tree. All right. Fuck you, Becky, in your fucking palm trees. All right,
Right. Well, kind of going back to what you're saying, that change of scenery, that fresh start. As a fighter or any athlete, but definitely as a fighter, that definitely will help and boost your training and your morale.
Everything. Oh, my ex was toxic. He'd be horrible. He'd be horrible. Just constantly talking shit, just bringing me down all the time, all the fucking time. Like I would get a text message like on weigh-in day, don't get your face beat in too bad so you don't look like shit for a week. I mean, just asshole shit like that, Oh yeah. I mean, it get even more than that, I mean, but it was just bad. It was a bad environment, and plus it was fucking cold. It just sucked. It just was draining the life out of me. And like I said, stayed up there for, my kids and my family. Boom. I just moved them down. My mom's probably moving down the first of the year, so.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that you got to change the scenery and it's working in a positive way for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going into this fight like with so much shit I haven't had in literally like so many years. Many years, you know what I mean? I got good support. I got, better training because I mean, I love my people in Northern Michigan, but the caliber of training and everything just wasn't there for me. I'd have to travel, and have my camps like down in Detroit, which is 4 hours away, and I'd have to stay down there for like 3-4 days a week and then come back up and see, kids and take care of stuff on the weekends, and that's hard. That's hard. That was so hard, and I don't have to do any of that. I'm not struggling so bad right now. So it's great. It's great. Everything is right here for me. Like the gym's 30 minutes down the road. Okay.
Right.
Northern Michigan, I had to drive an hour and a half one way to go to the gym, so, but.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad, like I said, to see you happier than, over the past that I've seen. I've seen some hills and valleys per se over your career and over the time that you and I have, virtually known each other, I guess I should say it like that. Because unfortunately, we've never been able to meet in person at all the fights that I've, been through over the years and you've been to. We've never actually crossed paths in person, but one day I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to have to come down to where it's warm during the winter and rock out with you.
You should do that. It's definitely, especially when it's all cold and stuff. It's such a morale booster.
Right.
It's great. It's great to, just get down, have some warmth. In Normalville too. There's no lockdowns and mandates and all that. Well, one of the gyms here got closed, so I have to drive a little bit further to another one right now because COVID shut them all down. So that sucks. But, we don't got to mask up and shit everywhere. The kids are still in school.
Yeah, ours start back virtual up here tomorrow. So
yeah, it's just kind of like that everywhere right now, and it makes it harder on all of us. But I'm appreciative of the opportunity to fight and be active and get paid right in December, right before Christmas. There's so many people out there that are not only struggling financially, but fighter friends I know that are struggling mentally because they can't be active. Everything's shut down in a lot of places, and it's hard for these guys. Their gyms are closing, they're not getting fight opportunities. If they are, it's only, the top tier guys. I mean, and amateurs right now, holy shit, they're not doing anything. My heart really feels for those guys, and, just tell them it's only temporary. Hang on. Don't give up, so.
There you go. We're positive words from Puma.
Yeah. Hey, man, I told you I'm just people. Just keeping it real, man. I see it. I've seen it.
Right.
The streets see you too. So
there you go.
Keep being tough.
Now tell us what got you involved in the beginning with combat sports.
I used to race moto and like do like motocross shit, and
Okay.
I was like,
we got an adrenaline junkie here.
I'm a total adrenaline junkie. I'm like addicted to it. But my ex-fiance, he was a amateur MMA fighter, and it was kind of his thing, and I'd support him, and this and that, and I was pregnant for a while, couldn't do it for a minute, and it was kind of like our deal. I was like, all right, I'll do that with you. I'll do it with you. It'll be fun. He never got to see it. He unfortunately was murdered some years ago, going to the pharmacy to get some antibiotics, and I never got to see it. So, and then after that, I was diagnosed with stage 3 thyroid cancer. I think I got this little lisp and nerve damage and shit from it. It's not from fighting, trust me. And started fighting amateur fights, like fucking all of them, all over the place. I was going to fucking Las Vegas, Tough Enough. I'm going out to Shamrock. I mean, I would fight anybody and everybody. I didn't know if it'd be like my last opportunity to, get a fight, because, I was sick and they said I couldn't be competitive. And, I just wanted to keep that little promise deal, and I just kept grinding and grinding and grinding. And then finally made my pro debut at Ryzen in Tokyo, Japan. And, I played my little game, and I made it there. Art Davey, a friend of mine, he helped mentor me a little bit and help navigate me through the, the rough waters. Really nice old guy. I actually met him at Tough Enough in Vegas.
Okay.
And yeah, I lost that fight there, and I didn't even know it was him. It was such a funny story. I'm sitting down there, I'm drinking a whiskey, because I was my first I don't know, surprise with an athletic commission, because I'd ripped ligaments in my ankle, and I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. I ain't gonna back out. I'll just tape it. I'll just tape the shit out of my ankle and put it over a sleeve. Well, ISKA out there in Nevada didn't let me put tape on it. They're like, you can't put tape on it. I'm like, the fuck? Right. Oh yeah, my shit was buckling left and right, and I was so down, and I was drinking my whiskey, and here comes this little old man in a fedora hat. Talking to me and shit. This little old dude, he's like, you got spunk, kid. Blah, 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 blah. Talking to his years ago.
It kind of got that old school feeling of a boxing trainer.
That's what he is. Yeah. Maybe a little old Italian dude. Got the nose and shit. Yeah. And he gave me his card right before he left. And he's like, I'd like to help you and talk to you a little bit. And I looked right down there, Art Davey. And I'm like, you're fucking Art Davey? You're the goddamn founder of the UFC, sitting here talking to my fucking no-name ass. That's so fucking cool. And and that just gave me motivation, and boom, here I am.
There you are. And years later, you're still beautiful and spunky, just like they said you would be.
Oh, I'm always like that. Yup, you did. You got spunk, kid.
There you go. Now, what made you make the shift and transition from, wearing gloves and being in the full the mixed martial arts scene over to bare knuckle, but where it's, boxing, it's stand up?
Yeah. I've always liked competition and savage competition, just like Japanese MMA. Those rules over there, like you can soccer kick motherfuckers in the face and stomp in their face. Okay.
I myself am
Pride rules.
Very big fan of Pride.
Pride, yeah, exactly. Like old Pride shit. I'm like, oh, cool. And then bare knuckle came around, and I'm like, oh, Tony Lopez, really great friend of mine. I would corner Tony Lopez a lot in a lot of his fights. I would travel with him all over the country, being in his corner. Not only did I double as a corner person, but I'm a wonderful cut man. And some promotions didn't have a cut man. So I was like a 2-for-1 with Tony Lopez. I'd corner Tony, and then he's got a lot of scar tissue because he's got 9,000 fights.
Right.
And sometimes he'd bust open. So I would be there to ensure that his fight didn't get stopped because of any of his cuts, and I could corner him. Well, Tony Lopez got an opportunity, first show, BKFC 1 out there in Wyoming. I couldn't make it because it was in Wyoming and the dates were something or another. And then I was cornering Tony. all, his other fights that he had with Bare Knuckle. That's when I met everybody down in Biloxi. We even went to Cancun. I forget what number that was. I think it was 8. Maybe it was number 8.
Next time you do that, I can fit in
know.
a suitcase. I promise.
Yeah, yeah.
I will get my fat ass in a big suitcase.
Oh, Feldman took such care. Oh, they took such good care of the fighters and everybody for that Cancun show. That was amazing. And just watching it after a while, I'm just like, man, I could do this. I want to do this. I have to do this before it's like I'm done with everything. All right. Well, I had an MMA fight against this steroid chick in like Oklahoma or something, like really shortly after that was done, it was like the next weekend after it, and I seen the matchmaker for BKFC was looking for a female fighter to fill the spot for this Biloxi card, and last minute this chick was bad. I'm like, I want to do it, and they looked at me and they're like, you want to do this? I was like, yeah,
right?
Yeah, I would fucking love to do it, man. I didn't have no time for sponsors, no time for anything. That's where that T-shirt came from.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Navy SEAL friend that's on a charity board, a veterans charity board that we're on back in Michigan. Worked her detail, and would always bitch about how much of a cunt she was. And I'm like, all right, I got my pay-per-view time. All right, this shirt's just going to be Team Us, like Team Me with the fucking Cougar, Ricky Bobby and shit with the fucking NASCAR shit.
Right.
All right, that's what the Hillary shirt was about, going out there. And,
I mean, like I said before the show, it was fitting. I mean, it perfectly fit the whole persona of Sheena Starr.
Yeah, right. With the, oh my gosh, and I wish that fight was on like YouTube or something, but because of my shirt, like they couldn't put it on, so that's why nobody will find that fight. It's not anything, and I wish it was because it was my win.
They all know you now, though.
Oh God, oh yeah, I didn't know anybody down there like Sparks fans. Oh yeah, and I walk out there and I was just like, oh, here we go. I just thought it was nothing. I'm like, here we go. I got this shirt on. That is one way to make some fans in the South. I was taking pictures with babies, the fire department, policemen, motherfuckers. Everywhere. I think I signed a couple pair of buoys, some dude's butt. I mean, it was fucking good.
Man, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully that was his own pin.
It was a Sharpie. It stuck on. I don't know. I'm like, man, you better take a picture of that.
Well, I was gonna say, I wonder how long he left it on there before he took a shower.
I don't know. I don't know the guy. I didn't ask. I don't know.
Hey, to each his own. To each his own. Now, obviously, there is difference in training because you're not having to worry about the jiu-jitsu and the Muay Thai and the kickboxing.
Because worrying about it, yeah, it's just not having to train for it. Jiu-jitsu beats the fuck out of you.
Well, yeah.
All right, It does. I've gotten more bruises and injuries just from jiu-jitsu class and training camps for that shit than I have with Muay Thai or anything else. And yeah, it's hands and it's conditioning. I know they're only 2-minute rounds, but they wear you the fuck out. All right. That's like a 2-minute sprint. If anybody who's ever done sprints knows that, all right, sprint, and just after 15 seconds, you're like, okay, that's the same thing for a bare knuckle fight too. So, our cardio and our conditioning is very important. Core conditioning, very important. Legs, important. Hands, important,
hydration.
All of that. yeah, hydration. Yeah, all of that, so sure, it's all hands, but then there is a whole nother can of worms that comes with bare knuckle that we have to double up on training for, or additional training that, we wouldn't have to do in MMA, like, your hand conditioning and, your body core conditioning.
Right.
Okay. Because taking a body shot with a bare knuckle punch is a lot different than taking one with a glove. What I mean?
Yes, it is.
So, and then different training too. All that blocking and parrying and all this, I don't work with bare knuckle. Those hands sneak right through. You don't got the surface area of a glove. So, you doing this,
right.
You're going to get the back of your hand punched and your shit's going to break. So,
right.
I mean, it's just drilling different techniques and getting that muscle memory out and, all that good stuff. So it's fun. It's fun.
Well, if I was about 10 years younger, I would probably do it, but like I said, 9 knee surgeries later on the one knee. I am done, but I am going to get back into shape because I actually am somewhat of an adrenaline junkie like yourself, and I started racing go-karts again. So, I got the go-kart downstairs. Yeah, we had 3 races. My brother did 4 races. Now next year we got 3 carts, then 2 different classes. So we're looking to have some fun there.
Those things are so cool.
Oh man, it makes you feel like you're going 100 miles an hour when you're an inch off the ground.
Yeah, right. I was just going to say that. Yeah.
I have to say this. I was fine from it because I've been hit a lot harder than this. But, my second race, I had to spend extra money. My wife didn't really appreciate that because I went backwards 50 miles an hour into the wall and bent the back axle. So I had to buy a new axle and this and this and this. But, lesson learned, it was still fun.
Hey, we had the drag cars that were like 3,500 horsepower, and every time something broke on one of those, it cost $1,000. So
yeah, racing is not a cheap sport.
No. You hear this, folks? Get your kids into racing because they won't be able to afford drugs.
Exactly. That is not a lie. All your money is going to the thing that's in the garage, and that's it.
Right. True story.
It is. Now, let's say you have a fight coming up December 11th.
Yep.
Biloxi, Mississippi. Had some issues with this so far.
It's just finding an opponent to stick.
Right.
Right. I had one opponent. She was good, ready to go. All right, and then I'm not exactly sure what the reason was, but there's some differential reasoning, and she declined after agreeing. So, I guess I don't know. She was from Colorado too, like right in Denver. So I was like, "Fuck, man, I have to fight this high altitude cardio chick." And well, all right, and then the next one was out of California, and they're like, "Oh yeah, her record sucks," and I'll take her, and then. Fucking a day later, it's like, after further investigation, I found that she has too much experience. I'm like, you fucking cunt. All right, on to the next. Okay, and then this other girl, she was really impressive. She's like 11-4 pro MMA record, but she's signed under Combat Americas or something like that. I'm like, that girl's exclusively signed and she's supposed to be going to the UFC. Why the fuck would she do bare knuckle? You better check that. Somebody's fucking, I know she wouldn't.
Yeah.
She ain't doing that. She ain't doing that for sure. So so that's 3 down. Well,
if you had to choose, let's hear 3 names that you would love to put up against you. If it was totally your choice right now. Yeah.
Oh, I'd like the Paige fight. I'd like that paycheck too. I think that'd be great. Dina Dime. We've been trying to get Dina Dime in a bare knuckle for a minute. Mm-hmm. She's wonderful. I fought her in the amateurs before. She is tough as shit and she is unfinishable. And that girl will stand and strike, and it'll be a straight up junkyard dog fight. Bloody, just fucking entertaining, nonstop, high pace the whole fucking time. I love fighting her. I know most girls wouldn't want to have a dog fight and they would just want something pitter patter. Mm-hmm. I'm getting a little bit older. I don't got too many opportunities to have those just fucking right out just brawls like that. And I wanna have one of those, and I know Dina would definitely do it because that chick's fucking tough as fuck.
Right.
Dina Dime, and then I gotta pick 3.
Well, you gave me 2. I'll take 2 if you don't have.
Yeah, just 2. Yeah, I don't got a third one.
Okay.
Yep. I want to fight one for money. I want to fight Dina for fun, and Dina deserves it. And I know that would be just a fucking awesome fight. That would be fight of the year. I hope they do it.
I would
hope
love
they do it.
that.
I mean, she's a pro. She's a pro. She's been a pro fighter. She got a good boxing background. She's just like a little scrappy Latina chick, and she's fucking mean. And I fought her twice. I took her belt the first time, and then she fought me again, and we got to round 3, and then I got throat punched on the ground and couldn't breathe. And then that's when I lost my belt. We were supposed to have a trilogy fight. And man. Oh yeah, if we can do it. We can do it at bare knuckle. That would be fucking awesome.
So I'm hoping the owners and the matchmakers over at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship are listening to this, because as a fan, I want to see that.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. Michigan didn't record report, like, you know, online and stuff. You know, you look up someone's record and you look at online. They didn't do it till 2016.
Yep.
So, like, if you look up her name or my name, we look like we're tomato cans and we suck. But that, I mean, if you go on YouTube, it's just fucking stupid that, you know, we didn't get record reported. Just like King in the Cage. You know, I have a lot of fights with King in the Cage. Not a fucking single one has been record reported. You know what I mean?
Well,
you know?
You and I both know that Michigan had a major issue when the MMA really started blowing up around the Midwest. I mean, Michigan was shit show.
It was horrible. I have 3 Tapologies. Okay, I can't fuse them together. Okay, I got 3. My name's spelled wrong. I have wrong birth dates on shit. I got so many. It's so fucked up. You know, it's stupid. It's stupid. Well, they don't want, like, you know, fans or anybody like, oh yeah, they're feeding this girl that doesn't belong there. Da da da. Fuck you. The girl that just fought Britton Hart was an 0-4 amateur, never even won a fight, making a fucking pro debut. You know, fuck you.
Tell 'em.
Come on, man. At least my girl's a pro with boxing experience, and she's fucking mean as fuck. She got a couple pro fights. You know, let that girl fight. She's fucking tough.
Well, I mean, that's what you're there for. You're there to fight the best, to make yourself a better person, a better fighter, and you know, you're never going to perfect a fighting technique and all that, but you're always going to strive for it. And if you're not striving for that, then why in the hell are you in the game?
Right. Yeah, for sure. So it's I'm just waiting. I'll fight whoever they put in front of me. I've never been picky. I've never asked for a certain opponent or certain this and that. I'm just like, and right now it's 2020. I'm just, you know, I'm thankful for the opportunity and, you know, all the hard work that, you know, the staff and everybody over at BKFC does, you know, giving me this opportunity to, you know, come in and, you know, get one more fight for the end of the year, you know, and, the day of the fight is a day after my dad's birthday, and I think it would just be a huge gift to my dad in heaven if I could, you know.
That would be a great homage to your dad.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, just put a great performance on. He was my #1 fan.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
So, lastly, you know, like we talked, you and I are about the same age. We're not getting any younger. Like you've said, you know, you want to do some stuff before you're not able to.
Right.
What are your plans for, you know, 2021, 2022, and so on?
You know, I was talking with a couple of people about this. You know, I'm 37 years old. I'm 37. I know I don't look like it, but I'm 37 years old. Speed starts to go a little bit away at 37, and it's hard on your body training. And, you know, sometimes we just need to, you know, hand the torch over to the younger generation and help and support them on their journey, or the rest of their journey. I got a couple more fights left in me, and then I'm going to go over to the business side permanently. Whether that's, you know, cuts or, you know, really just helping with matchmaking, managing, and, you know, stuff I've already done, but I can focus and do that job even better without, you know, just having more time and stuff to dedicate to it. So that's what I'm doing. It's been hard because I'm like, I'll never quit. Now I'm like, you know what? It's getting about that. It's getting about that time. I'm really good at the business side, and I've, you know, when I had cancer and whatnot, that's when I learned how to do all this shit. I learned how to do all the other stuff. So if there ever came a time where I couldn't compete anymore, I would still have a place somewhere else. I can, you know, still do this job. I'm a lifer. I'll be here forever. You know what I mean? So
I love it. I love it. Sheena, I appreciate the time you gave us today. Do you have any shout outs that you want to go ahead and give out to, you know, your followers, fans, your sponsors, anything?
Yeah, absolutely. First, you know, huge shout out to, you know, Goat Combat Agency, Scott Farley, Vince Anderson. These guys, you know, they work really well together as a team as far as getting us sponsors, getting us fights, and, you know, just supporting everybody as a team as a whole. Goat Combat Agency, you know, you can look them up on Facebook, give them a like. We got some great, you know, team members, you know, on our roster. We got, you know, Mark Godbeer, fucking awesome guy, UK, and Quentin Henry, and I mean so many others. So Give them a follow. Huge shout out BKFC, David Feldman Jr., Nate Shook, Katie Shook. I mean, I know you guys work your ass off to try to make everything possible for all of us, you know, fighting at your shows. I appreciate you guys. Moon and back. Bearding for Autism Awareness, Brian Tyler. He has been just a huge supporter of me ever since I've known him, really. I think even before I went pro. Thank you, sir. Shooters Bar and Grill, Ellsbury, Missouri. Tracy Schroeder, awesome boss. She's great. She's for my scheduling and everything. They support my fighting, everything they do. They make sure that, you know, my scheduling allow me to train and, you know, giving me the days off I needed to go travel for these fights and stuff, you know, full-time job. Not many bosses and jobs are understanding like that. So I really appreciate that shit. And yeah, man.
Well, right on. Again, Sheena Puma Starr, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, December 11th, down in Biloxi, Mississippi. I
love Biloxi. I fucking love Biloxi. That town and that city is amazing. It's full of just fucking tough, awesome people. Those people there are durable as hell. They deal with hurricanes and floods, and they got such a great community of, you know, they're just tough motherfuckers down there, and I love them.
They can make some damn good gumbo down there.
They can make all sorts of good food. God bless all of them. I love seeing them so much, and I'm so happy to be in Biloxi and back in the squared circle. Whichever opponent that, you know, I will face, you know, they'll tell me who I fight. I don't get to pick it. So I know they'll make a good decision as far as, you know, what's good for the fans, what's good for the promotion. So I look forward to that. And, you know, we'll be giving those announcements as soon as we get someone to sign the contract. Come on, ladies.
Yeah, let's go, ladies. Sign that contract.
Hear me.
As a fan of the sport, I want to see this go down.
Right. Come on. I'm 37 years old, right? I'm not that scary. Okay. But why you bitches hiding? Come on. It's not the best. Yeah.
Take the shots, women. Let's go. Put that name to that.
Take all the shots. Take all the shots. Yeah, you know what? You know, come and fight. I know we ain't getting no $1 million contract like Paige Van Zandt, but I'm still waiting for someone to derail that hype train worse than the train that was ran on her Team Alpha Male. Fuck that bitch.
Ooh.
So
I love it. That was good. That was good. That's exclusive Sheena Starr right there, folks. Sheena, again, thank you very much for taking the time out with me. I enjoyed this wholeheartedly. I can't wait to talk to you again. And definitely let us know as soon as you make that announcement comes out who you're fighting. Let us know. Send me a shot. Have Vince hit me up. Let me know. And then after the fight, we can get back on this again and do it again.
Sounds great.
Right on, man. Here we go. BWSPORTS1.com. Check us out for all the happenings at one spot. Social media, podcast platforms, all in one. BWSPORTS1.com. This has been the Ass and Sheena Puma Starr. Peace.